Hello, friends. This is Martin speaking. I really need your support. Please subscribe to the channel before watching. In this episode, we will discuss three very important topics. Each topic is important and interesting, so be sure to watch our episode until the end. Topic number 1. Russian hawks push Putin to the edge as U.S. crosses more red lines. Is conflict inevitable? Topic number 2. Putin unveils mysterious weapons based on new physical principles. What's Russia up to? Topic number 3. North Korea's game-changing summit with Putin. A new chapter in a complicated relationship. Topic number 1. The relationship between Russia and the United States in the ongoing conflict in Ukraine has been characterized by escalating tensions and the crossing of perceived red lines. The recent comment from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken regarding Ukraine's use of American-made long-range missiles has sparked debate and criticism from Russian hawks, who argued that President Vladimir Putin should take more decisive action to counter American involvement. This situation raises concerns about the potential for further escalation and prompts us to examine how pressure on Putin has grown in response to Western decisions that have challenged Russia's red lines. The first instance of such pressure occurred in June 2022, when the U.S. decided to provide high-mobility artillery rocket systems, HIMARS, to Ukraine. Initially, the Biden administration had considered any transfer of these weapons as a provocation to Russia. However, as Ukraine gained momentum in the conflict, the U.S. changed its stance and supplied the advanced weaponry with certain limitations. Russian voices criticized this move, warning that it crossed a red line and could lead to a severe response. Despite this rhetoric, the Kremlin took little action to enforce its proclaimed red lines. In January 2023, the U.S. agreed to send Ukraine the formidable M1 Abrams tank, a decision that drew concerns from Russian officials but was downplayed as a rather disastrous plan by some. Russian experts began openly criticizing the Kremlin's response and suggesting extreme measures, such as considering the use of nuclear weapons if Ukraine targeted territories Russia considers its own. The transfer of S-16 fighter jets to Ukraine also became a subject of discussion. The U.S. had hesitated to send these aircraft due to escalation concerns, but eventually approved their transfer in May 2023. Russia expressed apprehension over this decision, highlighting the potential risks associated with the plane's nuclear weapons capability. Again, frustration grew among Russian commentators who criticized the lack of decisive action from their leaders. The issue of sending Army tactical missile systems, ATACMS, to Ukraine has recently come into focus. While the Biden administration previously stressed the risks of escalation associated with these missiles, there are reports suggesting a potential policy shift. If confirmed, this move would likely be perceived as a major provocation by Russia. The question arises of whether the U.S. should encourage Ukrainian attacks within Russia. Blinken's recent comments implied a shift in the U.S. position from a firm no to a more permissive stance. This change has further fueled concerns over potential escalation. As pressure on Putin mounts, his response options become limited. Speculations include shooting down a Western plane near Russian airspace, launching covert attacks against NATO bases, or even targeting American satellites. The prospect of Putin resorting to nuclear weapons is also raised by some analysts if Ukraine achieves significant military successes with advanced Western weapons. The situation remains tense and raises important questions about how the conflict might unfold. Readers are encouraged to share their opinions and insights on the matter in the comments below. By fostering an open discussion, we can gain a broader understanding of the complexities at play in this crisis. Topic number 2. Putin unveils mysterious weapons based on new physical principles. What's Russia up to? Russia's President, Vladimir Putin, has announced that Moscow is currently engaged in the development of weapons based on new physical principles as a means to ensure security in the foreseeable future. During a meeting with key session moderators at the 8th Eastern Economic Forum, Putin expressed the importance of these weapons to enhance national security. The development process involves the utilization of innovative technologies and principles of action, encompassing various types such as laser, ultrasonic, and radio frequency arms, among others. In a recent statement, Putin emphasized that Russia has an extensive array of state-of-the-art weaponry available for its partners across different categories. These include advanced control and reconnaissance systems, high-precision weapons, and robotics. Additionally, he underscored the significance of drones, which are currently a key area of focus for Russia. The development of this technology is not only relevant to military applications, but also holds great potential for the civilian sector, contributing to the formation of a new independent industry sector characterized by research intensity and advanced technology. It is important to consider the potential implications and advantages of these weapons based on new physical principles. Their development signifies a shift towards unconventional methods, potentially allowing for advancements in military capabilities. For instance, lasers can offer increased precision and range in targeting, while ultrasonic technology can be utilized for various purposes such as detection and non-lethal crowd control. Furthermore, radio frequency arms may provide unique advantages in terms of electronic warfare capabilities. Considering the aforementioned technological advancements, it becomes crucial to assess the potential risks and ethical concerns associated with these new weapons. As with any advancements in military technology, there is always the concern of potential misuse or proliferation into the wrong hands. Additionally, the development of such weapons based on new physical principles may spark a new arms race among countries hoping to bolster their military capabilities. Moreover, comparisons can be drawn to ongoing advancements in weaponry by other nations. It is worth noting that many countries, both traditional military powers and emerging players, are investing heavily in advanced weaponry and military technologies. This drive to maintain or attain military superiority creates a complex global security landscape that demands constant analysis and discussion. This development also raises questions about the future of warfare and the potential impact on international relations. As nations continuously strive to enhance their military capabilities through technological progress, traditional notions of warfare and security may be redefined. It is important to analyze the consequences of these advancements on global stability and consider possible steps towards arms control and disarmament to ensure a more peaceful and secure world. In conclusion, the development of weapons based on new physical principles represents a significant focus for Russia's security strategy. Putin's announcement highlights the country's commitment to advancing its military technologies across various domains, offering advanced weaponry to potential partners. However, it is crucial to approach these advancements with cautious analysis, taking into consideration both the benefits and potential risks associated with these new weapons. It is essential for the international community to engage in open discussions and consider diplomatic efforts aimed at arms control and disarmament, with the ultimate goal of fostering global stability and peace. What are your thoughts on the subject? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Topic number 3. North Korea's game-changing summit with Putin. A new chapter in a complicated relationship. The upcoming summit between Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is expected to have significant implications for North Korea's relationships with Moscow and Beijing. While Kim's previous meetings with world leaders had overshadowed his summit with Putin in 2019, this time his decision to visit Russia before China suggests a potential shift in his approach towards balancing the major powers on his borders. The outcome of the summit remains uncertain, and it is unclear whether any substantive agreements, such as arms deals or economic aid, will be reached between Putin and Kim. Nonetheless, the move to repair ties between the two countries could have broader implications for the war in Ukraine, tensions involving South Korea and Japan, and the larger China-U.S. rivalry. Artem Lukin of Russia's Far Eastern Federal University suggests that North Korea, which has long been without true allies, is now seeking full-fledged alliances both politically and militarily. While China will continue to be Pyongyang's main ally and protector, Russia is also likely to play a role in their relationship. Unlike the China-North Korea alliance, the Russian-North Korea alliance could be one of equals, according to Lukin. During the early years of Kim's rule, his relations with Beijing and Moscow were strained as both countries joined international sanctions against North Korea due to its nuclear weapons and missile programs. However, since 2018, Kim has actively worked to mend those relationships and exploit rivalries that have developed between China, Russia, and the United States. While Pyongyang and Moscow have denied any plans for arms supply by North Korea to Russia, it is possible that discussions surrounding their military ties might involve joint drills and potential Russian humanitarian aid to North Korea. Some analysts and diplomats based in Beijing suggest that China may consider Kim's decision to visit Russia instead of China as a slight. Kim's first known foreign trip as leader was to Beijing in 2018, and he last met with Chinese President Xi Jinping when Xi visited Pyongyang in 2019, just before the COVID-19 pandemic emerged. John Dellery, a professor of Chinese studies at Yonsei University, suggests that in this new geopolitical environment reminiscent of the Cold War, China may feel slighted by Kim's choice of Putin over Xi. Dellery points out that during the Cold War, Kim's grandfather, Kim Il-sung, effectively played on the vanities and anxieties of Beijing and Moscow to maintain a balance of power within the socialist bloc. Thus, it is possible that the Chinese may be somewhat miffed by Kim's recent actions. China's foreign ministry did not provide an immediate response regarding the upcoming summit. Furthermore, Chinese academics declined to comment on the matter, citing its sensitivity. Chinese state media reports have only referred to official statements from Russia and North Korea about the meeting. Leif Erik Easley, a professor at Ua University in Seoul, argues that it is unsurprising for Kim to choose Russia as his first destination after the pandemic, given his interest in capitalizing on the new Cold War geopolitics. Nevertheless, tensions and mutual distrust among North Korea, China, and Russia could hinder cooperation on joint military drills or the transfer of sensitive military technology. Easley also stresses that Putin is unlikely to provide Kim with advanced military technology, such as nuclear miniaturization or nuclear-powered submarines, as trust levels among Russia, North Korea, and China remain low. Building a credible and sustainable alliance between the three countries appears highly unlikely in the current scenario. As we await the Putin-Kim summit, it is crucial to analyze the potential consequences of this meeting for North Korea's regional relationships. The audience is invited to share their thoughts on the topic in the comments section below.